Hey, so I'm sure you're probably wondering, Jordan, how are you such a pro? How have you got to the level you are now? And what did it take to get there? Well, as you probably know, I'll be here to talk to you about that. Stay tuned. So I hope it comes to no doubt to you that it takes a lot of dedication to reach this point in mind. Now, don't click off the video because that's not what this video is going to be about. See, there's no secret to how top players like Elo, or apparently just a noob, or Darn Socks, there's no secret to how they get there. They play a lot. And I'm talking about all day, like, well, I don't know how much they play. And I know Elo has some insane tactics. But they are very dedicated to the game, and they put a lot of their time in to reach that point. So, how do I get there fast, is what you're probably asking. So that's a very hard question to answer, really. There are some sort of ways to get there quickly. However, it's not exactly easy, and it will, at the end of the day, take you time. Okay, so that's not something that just comes overnight. Luckier players, it might come faster, but, well, not for all players. So I'm going to talk about the exact maximization for stuff like your hive first. So let me go to the hive real quick. Right? Not a very good example here. You want to start out as a mixed hive. That's what I would do, right? Start out mixed. Don't focus on really getting a specific type of bee. Try to keep your duplicate bees down, though. Just don't try to aim for a certain type of color, a certain type of bee, certain type of duplicate bee, anything like that, right? And just grind, okay? What I tend to do is what I would do, okay? When you're going for a specific item, like maybe say you're going for the Tide Popper, eventually, or the Dark Side, and you have the Porcelain Dipper, don't put all your energy on the Dark Side. Say, okay, I need some time to get there. I'm gonna get the Petal Wand first, then I'm gonna get there. It will lead to you being burned out if you just try to get straight to the end game goal, okay? So, now that you're balancing your hive, level it up, okay? I don't recommend switching to a single color until you have about 45 slots, a Supreme Star Amulet with a good passive that you are comfortable with, and at least 300 billion honey for the fundamentals. But if you want to get to the max of your hive, at least 1 or 2 trillion is definitely a good place to start, okay? So now that we've talked about that, I'm going to talk about strategics. So what I would do is I would get on the game every day and grind in, like, as you get up, right? Grind for boost materials, grind for stuff like micro converters, grind for stuff like coconuts and gumdrops, stuff that's important to you, right? And really, before you focus too much on using your materials for boosting, first try to get to points like the end game masks, right? I'm gonna make videos for different tiers, as in like beginner, mid game, and end game tiers on how you should grind for your items, but I'm gonna try to cover as much as I can in one video. Okay. So as you're grinding for resources, keep stuff in mind. Server hopping for sprouts will not work. When you get sprouts, you're gonna need them for glitter, so I would use about 1/3 of your sprouts for glitter and the rest of them for the other materials. That's what I would do, okay? But try to save them up, at least a little bit. Don't just go burning through them as soon as you get them. Okay, in terms of getting stuff like tickets to gift your hive, I would recommend doing bug runs. Literally, like, there's even macros. Oh yes, I have to make a video on macroing. There's even macros that can have you run around here and wake up with like what, 100 tickets. It's so good to just every now and again get some baby love, run around here and just kill bugs. You know what I mean? Kill the bugs, kill your bosses. Don't forget your bosses. You might even have to set reminders, and that's okay. Right, kill your snail, alright? Dedicate time to that. All this is going to help you get the materials needed to get like star treats and stuff and get all the gifted events that are required. Okay? Make sure you continue doing your quests. Focus on that on the side as well while you're doing your stuff. Like, if you have to plant sprouts and get like blueberries, and Spirit Bear wants you to get pollen from a blue field, I don't actually know what she'll have you do. Then try to multitask them. Try to stack them up to get them done as fast as you can. Another way is to just play during Beesmas. Guys, this is a big one. If you really want to get good fast, your time for that is Beesmas. Flat out, no doubt. Do it during Beesmas, okay? You'll get a lot of honey, a lot of crazy buffs, especially for those first 2 days of the Honey Day Blessing. Sometimes, most people only get those first 2 days. They don't get more than that. So I will use those 2 days to your advantage, okay? Also, here's a big thing. If you have pros to help you, when you boost, which I'm going to talk about in a second, have these pros come and help you boost, okay? Definitely. Have these pros help you kill Commando Chick. But just don't ask them too much, okay? We need a break. Trust me. Like, a lot of people ask me to do stuff like that. We need a break, okay? Also, right, in terms of like boosting, right now we're going to talk about boosting. So, what I would recommend doing is hitting the booster up here, right? Going to whatever field it is. Depends on where you're at. If you're saving, I don't recommend doing this unless if you kind of want to accelerate your honey production, you can. But if you're saving, it's just like a small boost. Definitely don't use your stuff. But use like a red extract, a blue extract, you know, like all this here. Don't use a super smoothie or stuff like this. Never. Even at end game, we don't try to, you know, boost like this for super smoothies. It's just not like when we grind, we definitely do not use super smoothies at end game. You know, do some sprout parties if you can. Just run around here, and you can also use a glitter if you want. Just focus. You know, focus your attention on filling up your bag. Focus your attention on you know, making as much honey as you can. Also, you might want to go to the instant converter over there. Don't really go to your hive. You can just, it's called grinding. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to do a lot of that, unfortunately, to get out of the beginning stages. But stuff like quests will give you a boost. Boosting itself will give you a boost. Especially try to boost, like if you have a quest somewhere, definitely boost in that field rather than like here. Like if you have a quest for a red field, go and hit the red booster. Quest for a blue field, go and hit the blue one. Seems like common sense, right? But some people do really need to hear this. Because when you try to think of doing it fast, you try to be illogical, and definitely don't do that. Just keep your mind in the right spot. Also, if you have micro converters when you boost, definitely use those, okay? Like, try to save these up as you get them naturally. Don't focus on getting them, but when you get them naturally and then you boost, just use them in your boost, like, you know, in the field. Just keep grinding it out so you don't have to go to your hive. That will accelerate your honey a lot. You can also use some field dice here. These aren't really used too much in crafting until the end game. So, yeah. So, okay. Let's say you get to the point where you're ready to start switching to a color. For me, blue hive composition, I already have a video on it. But if you try to switch to any other hive color, definitely look up a video on that hive composition before you do anything. Even if you think you know what you're doing, like I tried doing it myself, it didn't go well. Just please look up a composition video, hear it from the pros, hear what they have to say. They make the most honey, so just listen to them, hear them out, and then change up your hive. That's what I would definitely do. Start changing your hive. Make sure you have honey for it. Like I said, everything in the beginning. And then when you start boosting, you can start mega boosting, right? Once you have all this gear like I have, you can start using super smoothies, you can start using festive beans. It'll get crazy. Also, don't be afraid to use festive beans when you're in the early game. You don't have to save them for when you're end game or anything like that. And yeah, I think that's about it for this video. Leave a like if you learned something new. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. If you want to support me extra, join my Discord server or my Roblox group, or both even. They're both in the description. And you can also buy my JordynXD necklace from my Roblox group for 25 Robux. Anyways, oh, get out the way. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye now, and I hope you learned something new, okay? I know, once again, I don't know much about this whole new maximizing thing. I don't know much about the crazy boosting, but I just hope you learned something new. Anyways, for real this time, I'm Jordan. See you next time.